You're going to love this. Trust me, what you're seeing now is my normal state.
Welcome, I'm Spaghetti King, and this is Of Course I'm Jealous by Mia Girlfriend Audio. So this one is a bit of an old one, but I had it in my notes, and I'm like, you know what, this is just bloody good enough. I'm just doing this anyway, I just don't care. Honestly, I just don't care. I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this. Let's get it on. So, this one, for the most part, thankfully, is quite easy to summarize because the situation itself is relatively simple. For the most part, it's just the conversation between it. So, in this case, it starts with her, your girlfriend in this case. Basically, she's looking for you after you finished up your essay and all this. So she's looking at you in a crowd, and she's like, oh, well, you usually go around the cafeteria and whatnot. And she's like, oh no, that's one of your jackets. I should collect that for later tonight and whatnot, which is some. But she eventually sees you talking to this girl, and this girl apparently this is the crime she commits. She runs her fingers across your back. And apparently bites her lip when she leaves. I don't know how do you do that? I can't do it without it looking goofy. I don't know how this works. I'm not a woman. I don't know how to bite my lip in a tenacious, seductive way. You see, I look like an idiot when I do that. I can't do that. But whatever. So she sees this, and then this other girl leaves. Girlfriend approaches, and she's like, "Oh, how was your essay? Whatever, the pleasantries." And then she goes, "Who's that girl? Who's that girl?" And you're like, "No one." And she's like, "Oh, well, why was no one hugging you?" Yeah, she also hugged you too. And you go on to explain that, oh, it's just a friend, it's nothing. And she's like, oh, well, it didn't seem like that. I saw how she was behaving. She was, like, into you because, the way those fingers were going across, the eye contact that was going on, she could, she could see it, right? She perceived it. So, she basically lays this on you. And, with this, you're kind of like defensive, the whole time, and eventually you go in like laughing, which it is funny in hindsight, but she's all frustrated at that, and basically what happens is you reveal that she's like lesbian, basically, like she's attracted to females, I presume, or not attracted to males anyway, and your girlfriend is very shocked at this because you tricked her, and you tricked her, I guess, just to troll. You're like, oh, well, hey, girlfriend's showing up, so how about you, like, pretend to, like, be into me for a second just to, like, get to her? Which is honestly a pretty funny thing. Honestly, that's just funny to me. I find that legitimately funny. And, I don't know. Maybe, whatever. You need to have your sense of humor around women nowadays. It's something simps don't know, right? You need to keep things balanced, obviously, but, hey, nothing wrong with, playing some games on occasion, eh? But, in this case, that's the situation. You tricked her in that, and she, missed that. Apparently, a lesbian here is named Sam, and you explained her before as being one of your friends. Girlfriend thought it was a guy. Well, it's Mia. She's Mia. She refers to herself as Mia, but whatever. I'll say this. I tend not to refer to people by name. I'll just say it's a habit I have. I tend not to refer to people by their name. I tend to refer to them by, like, title or just as a pronoun, not by their actual name. It's just a habit I have. I don't know why it's the case, but it's just how I am. But in this case as well, Mia is I missed that she was like, well, I was gonna pull her off of you at that point. I was all mad at you, and she's basically like, oh well, we've set up the troll games, so if you and Sam are gonna be trying to trick me and play with me like that, I'll have to find some way to get back on that. And it basically goes on that. And there's like squabbling between that where she's all like, oh, yes, I love you and I trust you and whatever, and I'm your adoring, loving girlfriend and whatnot, and these kinds of quips and whatnot. It's some good stuff. On that end. That's mostly what I have to say. Yeah, it's like, it's just this squabble, this little debate here that you get over, and it's very cute, and it's very I already explained. I explained the scenario. I love the scenario. That's why I love this. I love the scenario. That's what I have to say to you. Okay, you good on that? I'll leave it at that. Let me just chill. Let me just stop. Okay, I'll just give you the rating, and I'll talk about the art or whatever, and and then I can just go, because I feel like I'm going half crazy or something. But the art is just this like green background kind of thing, almost like a celestial kind of look, which Mia tends to do. Typically, it's this background with like text going over and whatnot, and works fine for me. I did find it funny this was actually a school scenario. I didn't actually originally know it was. I didn't really know. But yeah, it's like a school cafeteria thing. And I did like some of the extra lines that she put in there. Like I didn't notice that line about coats when I first listened to it. I had to read the transcript before I noticed that. But yeah, it's there. That's great stuff. So Mia, always high quality, fantastic. So yeah, with that, I'll give you the rating. Rating overall will be audio 5 out of 5, great on that. Wholesome rating 5 out of 5, this was cute. Overall rating 9 out of 10, rank legend. There is maybe one more line I'll bring up, which is where she's like, oh, well, wouldn't you want to lay your claim on me if you had a guy doing the same thing to me and whatnot. And I found that one to be a funny one, but I will say overall, if we're going to ask that question, then I would say, yes, overall men should, okay? Men... I don't like it when men, poke fights for no reason, because I just find that petty and dumb. But on a general sense, you should have the mentality of, yeah, you're mine. You should have that mentality. It should be the case. There should be that, general faith in that sense. I don't think you need to be a jealousy nut or anything like that, or be overbearing in that sense. A lot of psychopaths are, actually. I don't think you need to be on that, but I think in a general sense you should have that mentality, because you have a lot of weak men today who just they will not say you're mine. They just have a sensitivity about it. They just won't say it, and they should, because it is, and she should only be. And to be honest, you would probably doubt that idea if she wasn't in your mind. And she might not be in your mind because maybe not. You're not looking at her as the only one, and you should. You should have that devotion. I'll say that. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna make that a big thing. Whatever. It was a point brought up in this, and whatever. But yeah. So this one overall was a great one, though. So fantastic. I'll leave it at that. So Mia, great. Thank you for watching. I'm Spaghetti King. I love you all, and farewell.